One of the recurring themes of my journey as an artist over the years has been collaboration. So I thought it would be fun to share this short portrait of one set of collaborations that came about serendipitously over a period of 2 decades around a simple drawing I made in the mid-90s of a 2nd century sculpture of Aphrodite at the National Archaeological Museum in Athens. Just rendering the drawing was a collaboration between myself and a sculptor who lived and worked almost 2,000 years before I was born. Actually, the sculpture that I worked from was a kind of collaboration itself, as it was a Roman copy of a Greek sculpture created a few hundred years earlier. One artist created a masterwork, and another and then another responded to it. So the drawing stayed in my sketchbook for a few years, and one day I decided to transfer the image onto an etching plate. This process was collaborative in several ways. Working with my master printer to create and print from the copper plate was just one of them. I made a collage to work from, and among other things incorporated a Persian poem about divine love and an old Spanish postage stamp. This gave me the honor of collaborating, in a manner of speaking anyway, with both Rumi and Goya. In 2003, I was working on a series of 108 collaborative pieces alongside 3 fellow New Mexican artists for the exhibition Memory and Other Objects, for which we won the prestigious Bravos Award together that year. One of the mixed media pieces centered on a monotype of the Aphrodite drawing. My colleagues added drawing, photo fragment, and collage. Then several years later, my sister asked her husband, New Yorker cartoonist Danny Shanahan, for my Aphrodite etching as a Christmas present.
I did ask her to do this trade far too close to Christmas for us to actually receive the piece in time, so I knew I had to put some kind of substitute under the tree in the stocking so that when Janet opened her presents, she would see that the Aphrodite was on its way. So I drew temporary Aphrodite, putting Aphrodite in an office setting as a temp worker. Well, Janet loved that piece when she opened it on Christmas morning, and as it turned out, when we received the wonderful original Aphrodite, Janet loved the two hanging together. My disposable temporary Aphrodite hanging next to Diana's wonderful piece makes me realize how well they work together, and the connection that my piece has with Diana's piece makes it a bit more than just something temporary.
Recently, I was asked to design 2 sets of Wagner custom skis, and here came the goddess again. I worked with the graphic designer at Wagner to figure out how to most perfectly fit the image onto the unlikely shapes of 2 skis. Together we made decisions about everything from the layout and the shades of gray to the juxtaposition of the red Wagner logo and my own red Chinese logo. The liberation, unpredictability, and magic of collaboration is one of the pinnacles of the artistic experience, really in all creative fields. I'm looking forward to discovering how Aphrodite Collaboration number 6 will reveal itself. Of course, I'm hoping it'll be with Aphrodite herself.